Gurave Gaura Chandaya Radhika Tadali. Is it there showing? Gurave Gaura Chandaya Radhika Tadali. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Name Gaura Tushe. Vancha Kalpatavischa Kapasindhyavacha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Yes, can you see? Hare Ramo Ramo Hare Hare. So first of all, I have a pranams to our Gurudev, Vishnupad Udani Swami Subhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Also, our Guru Varga, Sri Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj, all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, Dandavat Pranams. So, we were hearing the Brhad Bhagavatamrita coming towards the end. We heard how Padmavati, the mother of Kamsa, spoke something criticizing the queens of Dwaraka, that they should perform austerities next life, they can become the dasis of Radhika. That time, Devaki spoke something about the glories of the Prema of Nandi Yasoda. One may give argument, but Devaki and Vasudeva so much fortunate, Krishna became their son. But Nandi Yasoda had even more good fortune because they could see all the childhood leelas of Krishna. Sukadeva Goswami says, Nanda King Karo Brahmana Srimiva Mahadoya Yasodava Mahabhaga Papo Yas Yastanam. Who can measure the good fortune of Nanda Baba? The Supreme Lord became his son. But Yasoda has even more fortune. She performed pastimes like giving Krishna breast milk, teaching Krishna the alphabet. So she has an ocean of good fortune. So that time, hearing this, Rukmini also became ecstatic. What is so surprising about this? After all, the gopis have given up everything for Krishna's satisfaction. Therefore, naturally, Krishna has more affection for them. So, time is not here today, but there are three types of prem discussed by Jiva Goswami. Kubja has Sadadanrati. Kubja, in her previous life, was Ratnavali, the daughter of Bali Maharaj. When she saw the beauty of Bamandev, a desire came in her heart. I want a son like that. But afterwards, when she saw the behavior of Bhagavan Bali, cheating her father and stealing the kingdom, binding him like a crow, so much disrespecting him. Of course, this is to show the glories of Bali Maharaj, who never became disturbed, who kept his vow of truthfulness. But still, seeing his behavior, she became angry. If I had a son like you, first she desired I would like to give him breast milk. Then afterwards she desired if I had a son like you, I would poison him. So both desires fulfilled, she came as Putana. I don't know why I was speaking that. I cannot remember. What was I saying before? Huh? For some reason I went there, I cannot think. Anyway, so Nandi Yasoda could see all these pastimes. They have even more good fortune than Devaki. And Devaki and Vasudeva both saw that Kurukshetra, how the love of Nandi Yasoda was like an ocean. So all they could do was stand on the bank of that ocean and see the vastness of their Vatsalya Prem. So Rukmini, sorry, the Sadadanrati, that's what we were talking about. How Ratnavali, anyway, so Kubja Kubja in her previous birth was not Pujana. Kubja in her previous birth, something else happened. She was the sister of Ravan. She was deformed by Lakshman because she desired to marry Ram, but she did not have Prem, the desire to serve Ram. She had the desire to enjoy conjugal happiness with Bhagavan Ramchandra. Therefore, this is lust. This is not Prem. And as Lakshman, being Guru Tattva, could understand her mood was unfit for seva to Bhagavan, therefore he cut off her nose and ears. I mean, who would marry a girl with no nose and no ears? Also, she was untouched, but she had not had any relation with any man. Therefore, that mood, Lakshman protected by deforming her, that she could not fulfill her lusty desires with any other man. She took birth as the deformed hunchback Kubja. Of course, no one will have, being a hunchback, she was not much in demand from the men of Mathura. In this way, she remained untouched. But when she saw the beauty of Shamsundar, when he entered the city of Mathura with Balaram, that time desire came on her heart. She was the dasi of Kamsa, but because she was deformed, Kamsa also not would do anything to her. So her seva day was grinding sandalwood, and she would put on the forehead and the body of Kamsa, because Mathura very hot in the summer season. So when Krishna saw Kubja with her sandalwood, then he said, "Oh, beautiful lady, oh Sundari." Then Kubja was looking. His whole life, no one ever called her that. So maybe someone else. Then she saw the beauty of Krishna, and then Krishna asked her, "That sandalwood paste for whom?" Then Kubja thought, "Yes, really, why I give this to anyone else except this most handsome boy?" So she placed that sandalwood, the dark complexioned sandalwood, she placed on the forehead and bodily limbs of Krishna. Maybe you will stay for breakfast? Yes. Don't mean it. After 2 months, no breakfast. They can have once. So she put the pale complexion sandalwood on the forehead and the bodily limbs of Krishna, then make nice contrast. And the fair complexioned and the dark complexioned chandan she put on the bodily limbs of Balaram. Touching the bodily limbs of Krishna, she became full of lust. So she began pulling on the cloth of Krishna. This quite an embarrassing scene for Krishna. After all, his older brother Balaram and all friends were there. So she begged. So Krishna thought, how I can repay her. So Krishna stood on her toes and with his fingers made her upright. So her hunchback disappeared, and by the touch of Krishna's hand, she became the most attractive woman in Mathura. Now endowed by Krishna's mercy with a befitting sarup, a befitting form, she began pulling Krishna's cloth and begging, "Come to my house, come to my house." So Krishna was very clever. He spoke in words which indicated to Balaram and the other friends that he was neglecting Kubja. But this is very low class. Some woman comes on the street and asks, "Come to my house." So it seemed in one way Krishna was neglecting Kubja. Krishna said, yes, yes, your house is just befitting place for travelers like us. Means indicating many men must already go to your house. So in this way, Balaram and the boys thought Krishna was neglecting Kubja. But Kubja could understand, no, Krishna promised to fulfill his desire. Therefore, after killing Kamsa in the funeral ceremony, then Kubja, through Uddhava, arranged for Krishna to come to her house. Therefore, she decorated the house. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said she put many lusty photos and paintings on the wall, like to increase lusty desires of an ordinary man. She prepared many drinks, many things she prepared. Krishna came, Kubja gave a nice asan for Krishna. Uddhava did not accept that asan because he is mood of little servant, so he sat on the ground. Anyway, but Kubja, her mood was full of lust. She desired to enjoy Krishna's body herself, Krishna's beauty. But the gopis are not like that. They do not love Krishna for his beauty. They do not love Krishna for his qualities. They do not love, there's no cause of their love for Krishna. Like Radhika, she heard the sound of Krishna's flute, she fully gave her heart to Krishna. But she not met Krishna. So Radhika's prema not depend on any circumstance like Krishna's beauty or Krishna's qualities, because she not even met him that time, but fully gave her heart to him. In this world, a man loves a girl seeing her beauty or her money or her family or something. So in this world, someone's love is always has some cause. But the gopis' love for Krishna has no cause. Seeing Krishna's good qualities, their love for Krishna does not increase. And seeing Krishna's bad qualities, of course, Krishna has any bad qualities, but still, in lila, it may be seen Krishna's restlessness, Krishna's lying, Krishna's fickleness. These are like faults. But the gopis, seeing Krishna's faults, Radhika, especially her love for Krishna, does not diminish. That's why in Kaviraj Goswami says, this prema, Krishna prem, you cannot find in this world. Because in this world, all prem has some cause. But Radhika's prem really causeless. But Kubja, her prem is called Sadharanrati. But at least she gets 1 star out of 5 because she loved only Krishna. Right? She not loved anyone else. So she gets like 1% or 1 star out of 5. So her prem is called Sadharan. Sadharan means ordinary. But anyone, after Krishna gave her lotus feet to Kubja, Kubja embraced the lotus feet of Krishna on her chest, and by the fragrance of Krishna's feet, then that lusty desire was also destroyed, and afterwards she also came to some level of bhakti. So higher than Kubja is the prem of the queens of Dwaraka. Their prem is called Samanjasyarati. Last class we spoke about that. Their prem is divided between sons, daughters, relatives, and their relation with Krishna is mostly bound by marriage. But the gopis, their prem is called Samartarati, because they can give up anything and do anything for Krishna's satisfaction. They can give up laja darja, deha sukha, atma sukhamana. The gopis can give up relatives, gopis can give up their own reputation, fear of society, fear of going to hell, all dharma and other religious principles. The gopis offer all this into the yajna, the fire sacrifice of their service to Krishna. Therefore, gopis can give everything and surrender everything for Krishna's satisfaction in a way no one else can do. Anyway, so Rukmini Devi so much glorified the prem of the gopis. After all, the gopis given up everything. Even the queens of Dwaraka have respect because they are married Vedically to Krishna, some position they have. Also, they have sons and daughters like this, some position, queens of Dwaraka. So their prem is called Samanjasya. Some cause is there. But gopis, there only one cause of their love for Krishna, that is their affection for him, their desire to give him satisfaction and happiness. There is no other cause. That's why the prayer gopis fully control Krishna in a way that the queens of Dwaraka, what to speak of Kubja, cannot. As you see in the 10th canto Bhagavatam, then the queens of Dwaraka say to Draupadi, "Oh Draupadi, you have 5 husbands, how you control them all? We don't know how you serve them so nicely." One time Guru Maharaj gave a whole class how Draupadi would serve the Pandavas. Like one sevak dharma. She always wakes up before her husband. She never speaks or does anything that they would not like. She never makes friendship with anyone who is disagreeable to her husband. She always eats after her. Many, many things Buddha have explained, like how by her affection Draupadi controlled her husband. These days, modern women want to control the husband by force. Right? I'm same as you, I'm equal as you. That's why there's so much divorce. Actually, Prabhupada said divorce is 80% woman's fault. No? Because woman's intelligence of glory, how she control her husband, not by force, she controlled by seva. That's why in India there's a saying, man is always boss, but everyone knows women control everything. By their affection, by their seva. They control everything. Because when there's affection, the husband will never do anything which is displeasing to the wife. Anyway, no need to go into the glories of married life. Sutta Goiti Maharaj can describe all those things later. So anyway, how the gopis please Krishna, how they sacrifice everything for him. So, when the queens of Dwaraka spoke this to Draupadi, then the queens of Dwaraka said, you are one woman but control 5 husbands. But we are 16,108. We try many ways to control our one Krishna, by our glances, by our how, by our bodily movements, by our emotions, by our seva. We are 16,108. But we cannot control Krishna for a second. But the gopis control Krishna. Even Krishna is many years outside of Braj, but still they control. So anyway, Rukmini glorified the gopis. So Satyabhama became angry, and in maan, she left and went to her quarters, the maan gar. That time, where is Satyabhama? Krishna looked around. That time he could understand Satyabhama hearing the glories of the gopis. Satyabhama became jealous. Could not tolerate this. But actually his commentary, Sanatana Goswami has written Brhad Bhagavatamrita. He has also written his own commentary on Brhad Bhagavatamrita, the Digdarshani Tika. Very rare someone writes their own commentary to own book. If Sanatana Goswami not explain, who will explain? So Satyabhama, actually she's very intelligent. She knows how to make Krishna happy. In this world, a woman becomes angry and jealous to give suffering and pain to the husband. But the love of the Satyabhama is not like this. This maan is also one transformation of Prema. It is also only done to give happiness to Krishna. So we will hear. So when Krishna could understand Satyabhama has gone, being jealous, that time Krishna became very angry. He angrily called the dasis of Satyabhama and ordered, you bring that foolish daughter of Satyajit here. Last class we spoke the history of Satyabhama. So Satyabhama is most expert. She is very artistic and very beautiful. She always pleases Krishna through all her activities. So by cunningly displaying maan, she also pleased Krishna, because Krishna get a chance himself to glorify the gopis. As of yet, we've not heard anything about Krishna's own feeling towards the Brijvasis. No, especially Rohini, we heard from Rohini Devi, we heard from Balaram Prabhu, we heard so much from Uddhava. But what Krishna himself feeling towards the Brijvasis, towards the gopis, we've not heard anything yet. Because it's said as soon as one speaks the words, I love you, that all Prema is lost. Like in the West, how many times? I love you, then divorce and go on to the next one. How much? You see in the West, everyone's always embracing and all this 24 hours a day, but that is not Prema, no. That is some Because Prema is weak, then they depend on these outward manifestations. So, as soon as Prema is expressed, it becomes lost. Guru Maharaj gives an example, like you close all the windows of a room and light some incense, then that fragrance becomes very thick, very condensed. But as soon as you open the door, then everything is lost. So Krishna himself, we've not heard Krishna himself say what he feel about the Brij Bas. That's why Satyabhama is very clever. She did this maan so the whole world could hear what Krishna himself feels to the Brij Bas. So when Krishna, very angry, spoke, bring that foolish daughter of Satyajit here, then the dasis of Satyabhama, they went and told now Bhagavan Sri Krishna, very angry. So when Satyabhama heard that, she stood up, she took the dust off her limbs, washed her face. She gave up her sulky mood of maan. Very quickly, of course, a queen never runs. But she walked very quickly. She came there to where Krishna, but she was too fearful to come before Krishna. So she hid behind one pillar. But Krishna could understand that Satyabhama has come because some fragrance from Satyabhama's body. So Krishna began abusing Satyabhama. In the same way, he also glorified the gopis. So very wonderful thing. Okay, we'll hear. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Hare Satyajit. O Satyajiti, O feeble-minded Satyajiti, daughter of Satyajit. In the past, you exhibited your maan when I favored Rukmini with the parijat flower. I'm sure we know this history. One time Narad Muni went to the Swarga, the heavenly planets, and he bought a parijat flower from heaven. That time Krishna was with 16,108 queens. That time Narad Muni in front of all the queens said, "Oh Krishna, you give this flower to your favorite wife." Did Krishna become too much worried? Because Krishna tells each queen, "I love you the most, you are most dear to me." All 16,108 queens, they're all expecting the one flower. So Narad Muni often doing like this, making some trouble for Krishna lila. Guru Maharaj would say, if your house is very peaceful, just invite Narad Muni for lunch. He'll take care of everything. So at that time, Krishna became very worried. Oh, no. I cannot do now. I will do later. Narad Muni said, no, you must do now. So Krishna began thinking, he closed his eyes and he gave to Rukmini. So Satyabhama immediately became angry. She went to the same manga, took off all the earrings and jewelry given by Krishna, maybe not throw so much because her man not like the gopis. When Radhika comes in man, then even black gopi is not allowed to come for Radharani's seva. Because anything black reminds Radhika of Krishna. So all black gopis, they have to put on some camphor on their bodies or put some candle wax, beeswax on their eyebrows, so nothing black can come in the vision of Radhika. You can understand how much Radharani remembering Krishna. So Satyabhama's maan is not so much strong like Radhika's maan. But still, some shadow of that is also in Dwaraka. No? So when Satyabhama came in maan, then Krishna came to make her happy. Oh Satyabhama, why are you so much angry? I just gave one tree to Rukmini, but I would give a whole tree to, I just gave one flower to Rukmini, but I will give a whole tree to you. So that time Krishna took Rukmini, Satyabhama on the back of Garuda, went to kill Narakasur. One demon was there, one Muda demon. Krishna killed him. Then afterwards, Krishna went and requested Lord Indra, please brother, give me one tree. Come on, in Indra's garden there's thousands and thousands of wish-fulfilling trees. Whatever you want, they take that form. If you pray to a wish-fulfilling tree, I want a pizza with extra cheese. Of course, no one in Radhika want that, but still. Then that wish-fulfilling tree immediately give that. If you want some beautiful lady, then that wish-fulfilling tree become that form. So what you want, they give you. So in the Nandakanan gardens, the play gardens of Indra, he has hundreds and thousands of parijat trees. And by Krishna's mercy, he got them. Who else gave it to him? No. But still, the trees in the heavenly planets, not like the trees in Goloka Vrndavana. The trees in the heavenly planets cannot give you Prema and all these things. So that's like a man who had thousands of Kamadan who was asking for a goat. Why Krishna need an ordinary worldly parijat tree? But still he asked, then out of madness and out of pride, Indra did not give Krishna. So all demigods attacked Krishna, including Shiva also attacked Krishna. And Krishna defeated them all and by force took the parijat tree. And he planted that tree in the courtyard of Satyabhama. So Satyabhama invited even Rukmini to the planting ceremony. You could imagine how generous is Rukmini, how much generous, how Dakshin Bhav. So she also went. Anyhow, that is the glories of Rukmini also. So, Krishna said, before you displayed your maan, your jealous anger, when Rukmini received the parijat flower. And today you are also exhibiting the same maan, seeing the topmost prem of the Vraja gopis. O shallow woman, I am controlled by the desires of the Brijavasis. Are you not aware of this? If the Brijavasis thought that they could get good fortune, or that I could get good fortune by abandoning all of you, I would do so in 1 second. I swear I would do this right now. Imagine Krishna says that. If the Brijavasis wanted me to give all of you up, I would give you up right now. Can he do so? Can Bhagavan do so? Krishna can do so because he has the quality of full renunciation also. Chivika Maharaj one time said, he was thinking and he said, Krishna also gave up all the gopis. He also gave up Radhika in Ras Lila. That is there in Bhagavatam. They said because Bhagavan have full renunciation, full vada. And Chivika Maharaj thought, he said, but devotees should not meditate on this quality too much. He said like that. So, imagine when all the Dwaraka heard this. If the Brijavasis wanted me to give you up in a second, I would give you up. Then all Dwaraka begin shaking. You could imagine how Satyabhama, Rukmini, everyone so much now fearful. Krishna could 1 second give up all Dwaraka and go to Vrindavana. That situation came. After all, Krishna then said, what Lord Brahma said cannot be false. In 10th canto, Brahma said, if Krishna sold himself to the family of Putana just because Putana pretended to be a Brijavasi, then what is there left for Krishna to give the Brijavasis? Let me say in another way. Krishna sold himself to the family of Putana just because Putana took the external dress of a Brijavasi. That if Krishna could sell himself to the family of Putana just because they pretended to be Brijavasis, imagine then what is left for Krishna to give the Brijavasis themselves. It means Brahma has no words for that. Right? Putana She was searching because Kamsa had told Putana to kill all the babies born in the last 10 days. So Putana was searching everywhere. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said she only killed the babies of the asuras, the demons. She could not kill the baby of the gops and gopis or the yadus because they are protected by Yogamaya. So Pujana was searching. She saw many thousands of supremely attractive gopis running to Gokul. Then she listening, what's going on? Some festival is there. Oh, Nanda Baba, finally after many years, Nanda Yasoda had supremely attractive child. We are going to see that child. They describe his form. He's dark like a tamal tree, like a sapphire. Like Brahma took all the sweetness of this world, churned it, and made it into one. So much they glorified the sweetness of baby Krishna. So Putana thinking, I will go also and have a look. I will kill this child. So she disguised herself as a gopi. Actually, she was so attractive, all the other Brijabasis also become stunned. Actually, Madhusudana Maharaj says, Sukadeva Goswami described Putana's form in 5 verses. Meaning Putana, Sukadeva Goswami also fully absorbed in that. There's some yoga maya, some special thing. Her waist was very thin, her breasts were very large. Described when she would walk, her ankle bells were fully described, top to bottom. So all Brijabasis were thinking, who is this woman? Who is she? She looks like Lakshmi, but she has no pastime lotus in her hand. All Brijabasi thinking. So because she was so beautiful, no one stopped her when she entered in the maternal room of Yasoda. Actually, even when Mother Yasoda saw the beauty of Putana, Mother Yasoda thought, maybe this is the real mother of Krishna. For 1 minute, one thought came, Krishna's so beautiful, I can. It's like all feelings in the heart of Vaishnava, of devotee, like humility and self-disparagement. These are devotional ecstasies. How I could be the real mother of Krishna, look at her. Like this, some feeling came. So anyway, to cut a long story short, she took the child off the Yasoda. You don't know how to properly take care of this child. So she began to breastfeed the child. So on the end of her breast, she put some strong poison there to kill baby Krishna. Well, when she entered the room, Krishna closed his eyes. Many reasons why. Main reason, Krishna thought, she has come dressed as my mother. Now, where will I send her? What position will I give her? So Krishna's eyes were closed. He was thinking like this. So when Krishna grabbed her breast to suck, he would press, because no milk coming. So he bit his teeth, pressed hard. That gives so much pain to Putana. So Krishna sucked the poison, sucked the anarthas out of Putana, and sent her to Goloka Vrndavana. Aho bakiyam stanakala kutam jigamasya piya sadvi levidatram gachitamanam kova saranam dayam bhaja. Who is more merciful than Krishna? Krishna gave Putana the position like a mother, a nursemaid, just because she externally came as a gopi, as a mother. Then Krishna gave the topmost. Krishna gave her position in the spiritual world and the position of mother. Krishna sold himself to Putana. Putana had 2 brothers. Their names were Agasur and Bakasur. 2 brothers of Putana. Krishna also gave them the supreme designation because they were related to the devotee Putana, who is now pure Vaishnavi. 21 generations of Uttam Vaishnava are liberated. So Brahma said, if Krishna sells himself to the family of Putana, just because Putana pretended to be a Brajabasi, then Brahmaji said, then what result Krishna will give to the actual Brajabasi? What greater thing is there? So this word spoken by Brahma in 10th canto. So Krishna now spoke this to Satyabhama. The words of Brahma cannot be false. I can never repay the goodwill of the Brijabasis. I am always indebted to them. I always extolled at their lotus feet. Actually, Bhagavatam described Krishna always follows behind his pure devotee taking their foot dust, because Krishna thinks the foot dust of my devotee purify the entire creation, and all the entire creation is inside me. So to purify the entire creation and himself, Krishna put that foot dust of his devotee on his own head. So imagine the power of the Vaishnava. So Krishna said, if I went and reside, I could give up all of you and go to Vrindavan now. But still, the Brijbasis would not be satisfied by this. Therefore, I do not do it. So, very strange thing Krishna is saying. The Brijbasis are like a fish out of water. If you take a fish out of water, how the fish feels. If you take a jewel from a snake, that snake also, he cannot live. If you take the moon away from Chakota bird, how much he suffer. So, attachment we can learn from these few things like Chakota birds, snakes, fish. They cannot live without their most beloved. So of course Brijbasis are millions of times more than fish, snake or Chakota birds. And Krishna is saying that we just heard how the Brijbasi is about to give up their life in separation from Krishna. Then why Krishna not went back to Vrindavan? One time Guru Maharaj explained this for like 2 weeks, at least 10 days in Mathura. He explained. Vrindavan and Mathura is very close. No? Even if we get a rickshaw, take 20 minutes. Krishna has horses which move at the speed of the mind. So if Krishna wants to come to Vrindavan, he can come very easily. At the end of the day, even if he walked, it would still just take 1 day. No? So why Krishna spent so many years in Mathura, so many years in Dwaraka? Of course, Bhagavatam described Krishna only spent 3 months outside of Vraj. 3 months. After killing Dantavakra, after killing Salva, then Salva's brother Dantavakra fought. They fought there outside the city of Mathura. After killing Dantavakra, Krishna returned to Vrindavan. When the Brijbasis saw the flag on Krishna's chariot with Garuda, their voice choked. They felt so much ecstasy they could not even move because Krishna is returning. So Bhagavatam Sanatana Goswami also described Krishna stayed outside of Vrindavan only 3 months. But Krishna Lila have many prakosh. Just like in our temple of Krishna Balaram, we have many rooms. My room's here, another person's room there. In that room, they're doing something. In my room, doing something. So, in one like house, many different pastimes going on in many different, like prakosh, it's called. And one prakosh, one section, don't know what's happening in another room, another prakosh. Like what I'm doing in my room, no one knows. What they're doing in their room, I don't know. So Krishna Lila going on simultaneously in many separate divisions. So in one division, Krishna went back, went to Mathura and came back after 3 months. In another prakosh, Krishna never went to Mathura. He always stayed. In another prakosh, from Mathura he went to Dwaraka and stayed another 100 years. So, of course, we have material intelligence, so what we understand, but still, hearing that's what I understand a little bit. Different pastimes going on in different prakoshs. No? So Krishna explaining in one mood, one sentiment. If I go back, the Brijabasi is still not happy. Sanatana Goswami give an example. Imagine someone did a water fast for 1 month. not ate anything 1 month. They become very thin. After 1 month, you cannot just bring, you know, a huge cheese pizza and some cheesecake, and you cannot just bring and eat that, right? What will happen to that person? That person will die or cannot eat anything, right? Especially after a big fast, you have to eat some juice or some fruits or soup or something for a few days. Then strength comes. So after long separation from Krishna, Krishna come and stay. Brijabasi also not happy by that. They need long time of Krishna's association. But problem is Krishna cannot stay a long time. Why? Because many demons to kill. No, many reasons Guru Maharaj gave. If all the demons, like Krishna has not killed Jarasandha and all these other guys, anyway, I just give an example. All these demons always looking to kill Krishna. Even after Braj Lila, there's Jarasandha, there's Dvita Gorilla, there's Duryodhan. Who else? There's, come on, do I have to think of everything? There's many demons outside of Braj also. So if all those demons heard Krishna's now in Braj, Krishna is very happy, those demons would attack Vrindavan. And Guru Maharaj said Vrindavan has no army. Vrindavan, they're just coward men and women. So Krishna coming and staying a long time in Braj would give so much disturbance to the Brijabasi, because many demons would come. Another reason, if Krishna comes, the Brijabasis would be fearful. Now Krishna is about to leave. Even though they would feel happiness in Krishna's darshan, they would not feel full satisfaction, because they have the fear now Krishna will go again. Therefore Krishna says here, let me read here the verse. Therefore, in spite of seeing me, their distress of separation can never go away completely. Even if I perform sweet, playful pastimes with them for their pleasure, still they will become anxious of impending separation from me. So such enjoyable pastimes would only double their distress. Like when the Brijabasis meet with Krishna, definitely they're tasting his sweetness, but one fear is Krishna will have to go away again, he will go to Dwaraka, again he will do this. So in meeting, devotee cannot fully meet Krishna, because always there's the fear of separation in the background. So Guru Maharaj said, Krishna just said, if I come to them for a short time, I double their distress. Of course, this is philosophy one time, just a few months ago. Didi was here. I was little just talking this Brhad Bhagavatamrita, and then Didi said, really? Krishna is really rascal. But she became very angry. Really, he is rascal. Why he not come back 2-3 days? And like 2-3 days, she was thinking like that. Like some angry mood is there. Why Krishna not came back? But still, Krishna, we should not think Krishna is cruel and selfish. One thing about Krishna, he is also I'm not here to be Krishna's lawyer or anything. But still, at the end of the day, Krishna, everything he does for the happiness of the devotee. In Bhagavatam it says, Mad Bhakti Vinodata, Krishna says, everything I do is for the benefit, for the happiness of devotee. So separation is also one happiness. Of course, we don't understand. Because we never met Krishna, then how we could understand the happiness of separation? We neither know the happiness of meeting Krishna or the happiness of separation. We know nothing. Because material intelligence, in this world, separation gives pain and suffering. Like when someone dies, of course, depends who it is. These days, if a few guys died, I don't think I'd be feeling too much pain or separation. But generally, if some relative or someone dies, you feel one pain of separation, one distress. So our experience of distress is just material thing, right? We're separated from food, we feel distress. We're separated from water, we feel pain. We're separated from money, we feel distress. We only have worldly experience of separation. And all this we are describing, that is atitavatma, gunatit. No, these are all beyond all material feelings and material qualities. So anyway, just by hearing, we try to understand. By hearing, if we not understand, just hearing, we become purified anyway. So this separation gives such a taste, such a meeting. Like Guru Maharaj one time said, in meeting Krishna, you only get to meet one Krishna. But in separation, Radhika see Krishna everywhere. In the clouds, in the trees, in the tamal trees, in the blackbirds. You know, the bamboo makes some noise, that flute, that sound also, that is Krishna. So in separation from Krishna, she see and feel Krishna everywhere. That time she can taste the sweetness of millions and millions of Krishnas. The outward separation look like distress, but actually it's full bliss, full ecstasy. So Krishna gives mercy to the devotee by causing separation. But at the same time, devotee don't want separation. Therefore, also the separation have a cause. The cause is it gives so much happiness when meeting. So when we hear that separation give a higher happiness, we should not misunderstand. Guru Maharaj said if separation is higher than meeting Krishna, when Krishna comes again to the gopi will say, Krishna, get lost, we want to be in separation. So it's not like that. Anyway, what we understand, therefore you see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life, mostly always in separation, especially the separation of the gopis that Radhika felt when Krishna went to Dwaraka and went to Mathura. That ecstasy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always tasting in Dwaraka. Always tasting that ecstasy. Therefore Mahaprabhu day and night weeping. Sometimes Mahaprabhu would rub his face on the brick walls of the Gambhira. When Mahaprabhu would weep, then Swarup Namada and Ramananda Roy they also weeping, no? They would try to speak some verses to try to cool, to try to give some peace and happiness to Mahaprabhu, like Lalita and Vishaka. What's their seva to Radhika in separation? Speaking Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes. No? What's the Manjari's main seva? Just massaging and cooking? No. In separation, they speak Krishna's name, form, qualities, pastimes. This way they give happiness and satisfaction to Radhika. No? Their seva is all bhavmoy seva. No? So, Krishna himself speaking all these things. If Krishna not spoke all these things, then how we would know? So even though outside it looks like cruelty of Krishna going to Mathura, actually it's so much mercy to the devotees. So Krishna explained, not having my darshan, they become restless by the blazing fire of separation. They become almost lifeless, and they take refuge of many sweet moods and multifaceted maddened states. Upon seeing a mass of dense dark clouds as well as tamal tree, or anything which resembles me, the Brijavasis embrace it, and they consider I have gotten the embrace of Krishna. To whom can Krishna saying now, who can I speak all this to? Because in Dwaraka, who will understand all these things? Guru Maharaj said that is the main reason why Krishna sent Uddhava to Vrndavana. Because many Brijavasis, they can talk amongst themselves Krishna's name, form, qualities, pastime. They can criticize Krishna amongst themselves and feel a happiness. But to whom Krishna will speak in Dwaraka, Krishna have no one to speak to. Therefore, Krishna suffer more than Brijavasis. For that reason, Krishna sent Uddhava to Braj. Uddhava can learn something. He can come back. I can speak with someone. Otherwise, therefore, for that reason, Krishna said, to whom can I relate all this here in Dwaraka? Dwaraka like a desert, and Prema, Brhad is like a forest of Prema. Therefore, we'll speak more of these things in the day after tomorrow. A little bit we'll also hear Sanatana Goswami describes what is also maan is there in Dwaraka also. Separation is also there in Dwaraka. So for there, Krishna says, for that reason, Satyabhama, for that reason only I do not go to Braj, because I cannot give happiness to the Brijavasis by going there. So in separation, I stay in Dwaraka, I suffer separation, but that my suffering gives happiness to the Brijavasis. Who can understand Krishna really? He is the Murti of Prema. Therefore, for that reason, in Jaivadhamma, Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, at the end of the day, only Krishna is the objective. Who else will do like this? In this world, we always do everything for our satisfaction. Krishna do everything, even his own suffering, that give happiness to the devotees. So Krishna said, therefore, for that reason, I do not go to Vrndavana. Because whether I stay there or do not stay there, it's the same. If I go there, separation. If I stay here, separation. Therefore, I married all of you queens of Dwaraka. Only one reason: you little bit look like the gopis of Vraja. So anyway, we'll hear more next day after tomorrow. How he crushed the pride of Satyabhama to dust. He also at the same time, Krishna speak all these glories of the gopis. How much Krishna also feel happiness inside. So day after tomorrow, we'll hear all these things. So I asked what book devotees want to speak, want to hear about. Many devotees wrote Jaivadhamma. Jaivadhamma is quite a lot of chapters. So still, what else we're doing? Who knows, lockdown could go for a few more months. So Jaivadhamma, because nice to have some Tattva Siddhanta. Of course, lila is independent. Lila not need anything. But still, we are not taking full shelter of the lila. Therefore, this Tattva Siddhanta like a foundation for us. So this Jaivadhamma is so much wonderful. Actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur studies Jaivadhamma throughout his whole life. He definitely will get Prema Bhakti. So if we can do a chapter a day, we'll probably never get that much done. But Jaivadhamma very sweet. Many people said they read but cannot understand. So, okay. I don't know when we'll finish Brhad Bhagavatamrita, but after that we'll hear from Jaivadhamma. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo. Hare Hare Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Go Premanandi